Hello viewers, today is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. Um, we are going to discuss about cricket obviously today, and what a fantastic test match that we witnessed. The fifth day's play was so interesting, and eventually it was England that won the match by 5 wickets, but it was an exciting fifth day, and I would say that this is one of the reasons why we feel that test match is a true version of cricket, and it gets so interesting on the fifth day. And if there is a good battle between bat and ball on the fifth day, it's always so interesting to watch. So that said, we have Mr. Suresh and Sukumar with us. Mr. Sukumar, we witnessed one of the best test matches in the recent times. Yet again, McCallum's version of cricket, Bazball, has prevailed. England chased 371 runs, out of which around 345 runs were in the last day's play, and they just continue to keep doing this. I mean, this is a phenomenal test match, but an exciting run chase, and they were able to do it. What do you feel?
Yeah, Suresh, actually, it's a very good test match in the sense that there were around a lot of centuries scored, even from the Indians and then from the other. But when it mattered, England definitely did very well cricket, very good cricket for that, but matter in a fifth day wicket. But not that it gave some unpredictable bounce or nothing like that. It's a very, very true wicket. Even 2 days later, also they would have scored. That is what my observation on the condition of the wicket. It is very, very good victory for England, considering the fact that they won the toss on the first day and then they put it in, not for the reasons of any overcast conditions and all, which was prevailing earlier, strategy of putting the tourists inside. Only to chase on the fourth innings, on the fifth day or fourth day, whatever, how many runs ever scored, they are very, very ready to chase it in the first day itself, before the toss itself. That shows their character and then the belief in the Bazball, the cricket. That is, in the sense, play positively, play aggressively. Don't worry about the getting out. And then they really did well. Even in fact, they sealed the game in the first session itself. They there is the partnership between the openers. There is Jack Early and the Ben Duckett. Phenomenal partnership. And then the rate at which they scored in the first session itself is phenomenal. So the game was almost sealed there for the sake of England. But it gave some hope in the second session to taking two or 4 wickets with the short succession. But they were actually really maintaining the rate. But here I would like to say, when you keep batting positively with the lovely rate, wicket doesn't matter. That is what this test match has taught us. Wicket doesn't matter. Even 8th and 9th batsman is getting 4, 5 runs per over. That matters. No, even we didn't bowl about 82 overs. We bowled. They scored around 370 runs, which is very, very excellent cricket. And it's only I will do a record that not very few games reached this fifth test match after 2020. Only 20% of the test matches have reached fifth day for a result. That shows that nowadays, for so many reasons, test matches are not played on fifth day. For the reason that our people, players, especially the batters' mentality is very positive, and then they will not let the loose balls to be unpunished. That is what I observation. It's very good victory for England.
So just a quick point on this. We have been discussing on this program about how the coach, the England team coach McCallum, has created a sense of invincibility among them on the fourth innings total. He doesn't care what is the total. He always goes for the victory. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. But the very fact that we have been talking about this on this program, that why did he opt to choose? Why did he choose to bowl on that first day? The answer is very simple. They have been maintaining that even if it is 400 runs on the fifth day, they are willing to go for it, and they want to play the fifth day as opposed to setting up a target to the opponents. So they want to chase, and so that's why again, I mean, they might lose some games. I'm not saying they could do the same thing in India. They lost 4-1, I think, when they came to India, but still on conditions that are little bit ideal for batsmen. And if the wicket is not that turning, or it's not like the conditions are not overcast, I think they back themselves off to chase any total. And that's why they are insisting on chasing. They are insisting on playing the fourth innings. It might not work all the time, but it has worked for them in England consistently, actually speaking. So they are able to chase. So that said, I also want to talk about the quality of cricket that was played on the fifth day. Yes, the batsmen played very well. I think Duckett and Zach Crawley gave a terrific start. But let's look at the bowling. I mean, because I am quite concerned about the bowling from both sides actually, but especially from the Indian side. If you really look at it, Bumrah and Siraj bowled pretty well in the first session. At least they kept the scoring to a minimum. But then the moment Prasidh Krishna and Shardul Thakur started bowling, they were able to score runs at will. And the Indian bowlers, especially Shardul Thakur and Prasidh Krishna, they still have not found out exactly what kind of length they need to bowl in English conditions. And I am very disappointed to see what are the bowling coaches doing, because you had 4 full days. You looked at all the wickets that has fallen so far. You looked at the length that people bowled to take wickets. How can you not tell your bowlers to bowl the correct length on this wicket, and that too when the entire match is on the line on the fifth day? And that was the turning point in my view. The moment Siraj and Bumrah took rest in the first session, when these two bowlers started bowling, the match turned because they just started scoring boundaries. What do you think?
I totally accept your view, but the conditions are very, very in true nature. But what you say is absolutely right. It is our second string of bowlers were not able to gain any momentum in just bowling, even dot balls itself. We were just beating runs left and right. And then the way then Ben Deckard played our second string of bowlers was very, very. He was getting runs at will. Where he want to be, if he plays somebody there, he will play to the gaps and then get boundaries. They were getting boundaries at will, and that is the reason I just recorded this show. The match was over in the first session itself because of the huge partnership they made in the first wicket. So that way, our second string bowlers were a bit disappointing, as you said. Even the spinners in fifth day, many, even I believe that there will be some spots. But even the spots, there's no catcher. Even the ball is going to kick, going to hit the glove or somewhere. There is no catcher. It's just a slip there. Where he will go only from no man's land. But we were finding very difficult to bowl even Ben Decker in the sense he was using all areas of the ground to hit boundaries. Where you feel they were at one stage there were 7 fielders on the boundary. They
Yeah,
were getting run.
so Thakur and Shardul Thakur and Prasidh Krishna bowled good line and length, but I also felt Jadeja was more like a defensive bowler today. He was not. He had the rough to work with, but he didn't really try to work on that rough and try to get wickets. And he should have bowled a little slower also, in my view, because he was trying to fire that in on the rough. And so, if you look at the 5 wickets that has fallen today, 4 of them were unforced errors. You know, there is only one good delivery that got a wicket. That was Prasidh Krishna getting rid of Ollie Pope. The rest of the players, they just gifted their wicket away. That's my view. We didn't bowl. I mean, India didn't bowl well. It is just a question of the players just giving their wicket away. So from that angle, I think Jadeja as a lone spinner, again, the Indian team management need to think about it. They might want to. Maybe he would have bowled better if there was another spinner bowling at the other end as well. You know, it could have on the fifth day. It could have helped, but still, I think Indian bowling is really in a very bad shape. Apart from Bumrah, even Siraj today this morning he bowled well, but throughout the match I don't think he was consistent. So I think the Indian team management needs to go back and look at the bowling unit. Then you look at the same for the English bowling unit as well. The England team also did not bowl well. Chris Wokes is their most experienced bowler. He didn't take any wickets. He took only 1 wicket for the match. And then it was Josh Tongue who took 7 wickets, and I think Stokes got 6 wickets in the match. So again, you look at the bowling unit from both teams. It doesn't look very promising. It doesn't look very menacing to me.
Yeah, it's true. After players, seeing how the bowlers bowl in this wicket for 5 days, whatever we have recorded so far is true. But the thing is, England could have one more bowler coming in the next test match. This is the Archer. He could be a bit different bowler. And India also has to think of the bowling unit first before thinking the batting unit also. Batting, they might do 1 or 2 changes. But Gambhir will always like to have some changes for every game. And I think they can even play Kuldeep Yadav because he's a wrist spinner. So given whatever conditions, he can get some purchase. That is what I observation. They might think of Kuldeep Yadav as well in the coming matches. Even not replacing Jadeja or whatever, they might play with him because if you are going to play wrist spinner, there's chances of giving runs and getting wickets as well. That is mishitting or stumping or bad. So many things are in play. But when you bowl very flat, as Jadeja does, then the runs are going bleed on either side of the wicket. That is what my observation.
In fact, they might, in my view, they should also opt for a let-arm swimmer so that you can have some kind of spot for a right-arm off spinner to exploit on the fifth day. They can look at Arshdeep Singh as the third seamer to come and bowl. At least it will help the off spinners, right? If
They
they
must
want
also
to
think
play
of
with,
Arshdeep Singh
yeah.
replacing one of the medium pacer but especially the Shardul Thakur. They might think of that, but it is all totally a decision from the team management, and then they will definitely imbalance or give some more strength to our Indian bowling attack, as well as one or two places in the top order as well. One place definitely, I think they will have a chance. They will give a chance. That is what I understand, because Gambhir always likes to have some changes and keep rotating. He'll just do that. That is why I observed for a period of about 2 years.
So let's look at the batting from both sides in this test match. We had Pant who scored two brilliant hundreds, 100 in each innings. And then you had KL Rahul who played very well in the second innings. In fact, in the first innings also he was doing pretty well. And then we had Shubman Gill and Yashasvi Jaiswal scoring hundreds. So from a batting perspective, the India's top order seems to be doing well. It is just that, we talked about Sai Sudarshan on the prior program. So I hope that he gets another chance. And then Karun Nair is just coming back after long years. After so many years. So I think he should also be given one more chance at least so that he can play. So from a batting perspective, India looks like a settled unit, even though Gambhir, as you said, might change things around. But from a batting perspective, India doesn't have any issues. Similarly, from the England side, I was someone who said that the England batting is weak. But looking at the bowling, India's bowling, their batting looks very strong, very strong now. Because you see Ollie Pope scoring 100 in the first innings, Brooks scoring 99 in the first innings, Duckett scoring on both the innings, and then you got Zach Crawley scoring in the second innings. And even though Stokes got out on 30s on both the innings, he looked good. I mean, he was looking good. He was not struggling. Then Joe Root looked very good in the second innings. So because of our bowling, the England batting looks a lot stronger, and Jamie Smith is doing very well as a wicketkeeper batsman. So because of our bowling, their batting looks very good. So it's a very evenly matchup. It's an even matchup between India's batsman versus England batsman is what I would see. What do you think?
As far as the batters are concerned, Indians, both the top orders, as you said, have done really well. But India's lower order batters, starting from number 7, we didn't contribute much. Even in the first innings, we gave 7 wickets for 41 runs. The second innings, we gave 5 wickets for 31 runs. So the contribution to the later order is really badly missing. Had it been in any one of the innings, the results could have been better. But not that we would have done much. Because the game could have been, we would have declared. That is what I understand. Because we were 330 for 4 in at one stage, and then we did it. That is, we just got all out for 364. That is very 30 runs, losing 5-6 wickets and all. Very bad of the Indian later order batter. And some of the batter throwing their wickets. You cannot just throw your bat and the second new ball is there and go some bowling is somebody bowling at 130, 140. You cannot swing right across and get bowled. See, these
Yeah.
are the things.
So just to summarize, right, in this entire test match, at the end of the first day, India were ahead. But from there on, the match was very evenly poised. At the end of the day 2, both sides were equally in the game. End of day 3, same, equally in the game. End of day 4, we mentioned again, both teams had a chance to win. Even though England did not lose any wicket at the end of the 4th day. And we saw a fantastic 5th day's play of Test cricket. And in my view, at the end of the day, the better team won. England was the better team on fifth day, and they just seized the initiative, and they had a very good partnership, and they won. And that to me is a summary of the first test match, and I really liked the fifth day's play. So this is why I think Test cricket is very important, and Test cricket gets very interesting if it goes on to the fifth day with equal chances for both teams. So I just want to get your final thoughts before we end this program.
The final thoughts on this is Test cricket will always survive. The sense they're going to be entertaining. In the sense, if Rishabh Pant like Lecture, who is some characters, got hundreds in both the innings with the different styles. He may not be a big that is entertainer. He will be a big entertainer, but may not be a classy or something like that. He will throw his bat. He will take his chances. He will get 100. He will get 100 in about 70 balls. And then he will also step down and slash over point. So many things happen. This is really entertaining because whenever he is at the crease, it's really entertaining. And he might fail sometimes also. That doesn't matter. But he is a real entertainer, and he hats off to him for his centuries in both innings. That's very sad, and he's on the losing side right now. It is very sad for him because the way in which he progressed from a car accident to glory of Test cricket, getting hundreds in both the Test matches, both the innings of the Test matches is very fantastic. I also like to mention KL Rahul's innings as well because KL Rahul also struggled. He came 1 week earlier, played the Indian Lions match for India A, got 100 in its helpful conditions, then progressed to get a lovely 100 in the second, 137. He laid the foundation for this 370 score.
Exactly.
So hope they continue the good form and then continue the good entertainment for the Test cricket will go forever. Very long time. The spectators will encourage and then give support for Test cricket. That is what I understand.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a very good exhibition of Test cricket, and this is also a very good example of why Test cricket is still the most important version of the game, and we all should try to promote Test cricket as much as we can. And it's a true test for any cricketer who wants to really make it big. So that's it for me today. We'll come back to you with another episode shortly. Till then, take care.